Hi, this is Matthew. Going to do the next Chicago album. We go to 1999 for Chicago XXVI live in concert, which I assume was in Chicago because they talk about, thank you Chicago and stuff. So I assume it's in Chicago somewhere. We'll see if it says where. It's the lineup we've had already, but live. Basically, the lineup I would have seen in '97 probably was this lineup, I would think. But yeah, nice. I hadn't heard of this thing in years. I have it on CD somewhere. It's buried in boxes, but I do have it still. I had the nice 26 on the front of it. I could always see the big 26 in non-Roman numerals, but I'll continue to make them Roman numerals just because it started out that way. I really enjoyed it. I had not heard it for a long, long time. You have several songs from a concert. I wish it would have been longer and they would have had more songs, but they only have about 10 of those, and the last 3 are new tracks. I remembered one of them. I'd forgotten about the other 2, and it was nice to hear those again. I still like them. A lot of mixed people's feelings on it. It really didn't sell very well, so it went out of print pretty quickly. It's still, of course, on the Chicago imprint through, I think, Warner Brothers before they went to Rhino and moved everything over there. There is no, I guess, Chicago Records anymore, but I have it. You can stream it, as I did. It is available. I don't know if they issued it on disc again. I don't know how much you can even find on CD these days. I still like to collect them when I can get to them. I do like to get CDs sometimes still. But yeah, we'll go through it and tell you what's there and see who's pretty much there. And it won't be a terribly long one, but I did enjoy listening to it again. It was well played, nice recording, nice sounds. They did overdub horns, but a lot of people do that, so it's not. I have no problem with it. A lot of people do. I really don't. It makes it a fuller sound when you do that. But obviously live you really don't notice it. But if you're hearing it, to me it's better to have it. I like more horns the better in my head. I guess because I play trombone and I like horns, but it doesn't bother me. It never has. Probably never will. We start out though, of course it's on disc, of course. Oh, my page refreshed. 1 second here. Wikipedia decided to refresh itself when I did something in my screen reader, so let me go. Okay. Yes, we start out with the Ballet for a Girl in Buchanan, of course, which is that big, long suite of songs from Chicago 2. James Pink, of course, this one was 13 minutes and 29 seconds. We have Make Me Smile, So Much to Say, So Much to Give. Going back through, in case anybody forgot what this consisted of, I love this thing so much. It's so good to hear any form of this. Anxiety's Moment, West Virginia Fantasies, Color My World, To Be Free, Never More Than Ever. And then we go to I've Been Searching So Long. Mononucleosis, that's a cool one. Very Latin infused. Nice to see that included in some form. It's not as long as the album, but it's still cool. Hard Habit to Break. Call on Me. Feeling Stronger Every Day. Just You and Me. Beginnings. Hard to Say I'm Sorry with Get Away, of course, the whole thing. And 25624, and then we go to new tracks. Back to You, Robert Lamb and Keith Howland. That one is, I believe it was Jason Shep, if I remember right. Doesn't indicate that here. And then a cover I Should Ever Lose You, a Brick Bacharach, and Tony Okay or something like that. That was, I think, Bill Champlain mostly. I think some Shep maybe. And then we have another cover with a surprise guest vocalist. And with You Look He's Lifted Me Higher and Higher, Gary Jackson, Rainer Meyer, and Carl Smith. Vocals by Michael McDonald. Yes, that Michael McDonald. That was a nice cover. Hard to toes on backing vocals on that one, but I still liked it anyway. I was so shocked when I got this album, like, whoa, what's he doing on here? That's a voice you know kind of anywhere once you've heard it. Yeah, but kind of a cool addition. A lot of people didn't like that, but he does a nice version of the song. I don't know if he does it, I thought he did an album of covers later. I don't know if he used some version of that later on also, but I enjoyed that one, and it was cool to hear him, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yes, it's featured Michael McDonald, which I already knew that. Of course, 11, 12, and 13 are new studio recordings, which I already had said. Yeah, it didn't chart anywhere, which is unfortunate. Our people, though, on this, we have Bill Champion on keyboards and guitars, leading backing vocals. Keith Howland on acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and backing vocals. The permanent guitarist guy. Tristan Emden drums and percussion. Did a good job there, sir. Robert Lamb on keyboards, acoustic guitar, percussion, lead and backing vocals. The Loughnane, trumpet, flugelhorn, percussion, and backing vocals. I think Loughnane is what they were saying on the album. So I think that's how its name is actually pronounced. So, unfortunately, the screen reader likes to butcher names. James Picco on trombone and percussion and backing vocals. Walter Perizzator, saxophones, flutes, clarinet and backing vocals. There's a nice jazz flute solo on Just You and Me that he does. And there's some trading of solos in different spots and, yeah, different songs. So. And there's more horns on Hard for Me to Say I'm Sorry, which is cool. There's a Jeff B's bass lead and backing vocals, of course. That's the whole band. No additional personnel, I guess, were on here. Production-wise, Roy Bittan was the producer again. I'm assuming on the new tracks, maybe? Mervyn Warren was the producer on 12 and 13. Oh, track 11 was Roy Bittan. 12 and 13 were a guy named Mervyn Warren. Roger Gibbons was the engineer. Ted Perlman, engineer. Ed Thacker, engineer mixing. On 1 and 10. Humberto Gattaga was the mixing on the new tracks. Carlos Garcia was the additional engineer. Chris Blazier, production coordinator. John Kosh, art direction and design. Crew-wise, interesting. Steve Brownbach was the tour manager. Tony Blanc was their sound engineer. Blanc. Ken Parkett was the sound monitor. Roger Zatchett, keyboard technician. Hank Steiger, keyboard technician. Mike Messenger was our drum technician. Tony Lea was our horn technician, all the guys that tune them and get them ready and get them out there when they need to change things out. That's what those guys do. Do all the warm-up checks and all that. Howard Coffin was management. Gotta love all those techs out there. Peter Chiavarelli, management. And that is it. A very enjoyable album. If nothing else, for the 3 new songs and to have that lineup in live. I don't know that, because there hadn't been a live officially really until 71. They put some other stuff out, but it's not like in the official chronology, as it were, I guess. There were some VHSs. There was one other live, I think live in Japan, but so I think it's streamable, but I don't know. I'm kind of doing like the numbered ones only. There's been some other things out in this point, but I'm only doing the numbered official ones. But yeah, very enjoyable. I still liked it. I wish I could have seen this live just because some of the tracks they played would have been fun to have heard. But I played this one a lot when I got it. I think I bought this one. I don't think it was a present for birthday or Christmas in high school. I think I was able to get this one with some kind of money from Christmases or something. I got it somehow. Pretty sure I bought it. So that's what I remember anyway. Buying it somewhere, probably Best Buy. That's where I tended to go for things back then. It was Best Buy. I think even could have been anywhere really, but a very enjoyable re-listen to this because it was very good. But definitely check it out if you haven't heard it. Go stream it. Check out the new tracks at that point that were new. I wish they'd put all that stuff and then the stuff from the Heart of Chicago's on an album, and maybe put some other songs on it, but they didn't do any of that. I wish they would have done that. Even like an EP, something, to have had them in one place and not have to go look for them all the time. But of course, now you can't stream half of the newer ones from the Heart of Chicago's, just one. At least these are available here, the newer tracks. But next time we'll go to 2002 for a 2-disc compilation. Make sure I get the right title for that. It will be called... I talked about in the Heart of Chicago's albums too, but it is... Yeah, the very best of Chicago, only the beginning, which I do have. I never listened to it a ton just because I had everything, but I wanted just to have them chronologically and have some of the singles and stuff. Some of the other things I didn't have any place else easily accessible at the time. I'm glad I have it, and it was a good set. But it's in chronological order, which I always prefer on hits collections anyway, just so you kind of get a feel for how the band progressed and started and changed, and instead of just shoving random songs on there in different eras and stuff. But yeah, we'll do that next time. I probably will just kind of... That's all stuff we've already heard. I'm not going to probably listen to it really. I will check it kind of for sound and things. Just refresh my memory of what it was. But we'll give it a look and talk about it next time when I do another video on Chicago albums for next time.